I'm Gareth Kane and welcome to another edition of Ask Gareth. The idea here is always very simple. You ask me questions about corporate social responsibility or sustainability and I do my best to answer them. The clue is in the name. And we've got yet another corking question this time. We've had some really, really good ones recently. And this one comes from Sophie Wallace and she works for the Upthink Sustainability Consultancy in Australia. And she writes, "Dear Gareth, we have a sustainability rating scheme in Australia for infrastructure projects. It is framework based with credits covering management, governments, waste, urban design, etc. Since its launch I've seen big increases in engagement of large construction companies and engineering consultancies and it has really made a difference to the industry. However, the detail involved in achieving and documenting credit by credit takes time and can distract from the bigger picture. Questions like, is this actually the right project? I realise that dwelling in the big picture legacy space turns a lot of people off who prefer just to get on with doing things like finding great ways to use less raw material, but sometimes projects need to be questioned at this higher level and we can be a bit afraid to confront this. Do you have any tips on this dilemma?" Well, Sophie, that is a fantastic question. I absolutely love it. If you don't mind, I'm going to broaden it out to all projects rather than just infrastructure. But I think you illustrate a perfect point, a real concern of mine, that as sustainability consultants, sustainability practitioners, we tend to focus on the small things, lots and lots of small things, and hope that they add up to something big. And a lot of these frameworks and systems that are available tend to encourage that because you get a point here, a point there. It doesn't really reward you for thinking completely differently. Obviously, when we're trying to tackle big challenges like climate change, we do have to think very differently to how we do now. And this fear, can really hold us back from doing that. I think Sophie's absolutely right to call it fear because I think we're in our comfort zone when we're dealing with the sort of coffee cup level rather than is this the right major infrastructure project that we should actually be pursuing. So, what do we do? Well, here are 3 concepts that I think will help you, look at the big picture as well as the detail. And the first one I call the sloping staircase model. And the sloping staircase model was actually and spoiler alert here, was actually the 3rd secret in my first book, The 3 Secrets of Green Business. And it looks a bit like this. And you will see that it involves a series of steps where you make major improvements towards sustainability interspaced with incremental improvements. So you kind of do both. And what I'm trying to get over here is it acknowledges that we should still keep doing the incremental improvements, if only because the lay person understands the coffee cup level much better than than anaerobic digestion or some huge infrastructure project like that. But it shows that we do have to make those steps. The risk, of course, is we make one of those steps that locks us in to that level, so we can't escape and make future steps. Which brings me on to the second concept I want to get across to you today, which is backcasting. Now, traditionally, when people are trying to work out change management programs, they do forecasting. So they start off where we are what are our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, all that stuff, and which direction should we move forwards. Well, the problem is you get sort of bogged down in all the short-term stuff and you usually end up doing just incremental improvements. Backcasting, instead, you set some really powerful stretch targets like zero waste or zero carbon for, say, 10 years hence. You create a vision of what the organisation or the city or whatever it might be would look like after 10 years if you had met those targets, and then you work back in steps to the present day to basically plot the trajectory from here to now. Now, it might sound very similar, but actually starting at the end and working backwards will give you much, much better answers than starting at the beginning and working forwards. And you get, fundamentally, the big steps in that staircase model. So backcasting and the staircase model work very well hand in hand. The third point, which I think is very important to bear in mind when doing all of this, is creative destruction. We have to remember that we can't build a green economy alongside an unsustainable economy. we can't do both. The sustainable economy has to usurp and destroy fundamentally the unsustainable economy to hit sustainability. That means that what we stop doing is just as important, if not more important, than what we start doing. Now, this is where a lot of the fear sinks in, because people don't like sticking their neck out and saying, we can't sell that product anymore because it is fundamentally against our sustainability strategy. But you will find that the best people in sustainability see it as an opportunity rather than a threat, hence the creative destruction. And they say, right, we've got to get rid of this product. How are we going to make a better product that sells better in the marketplace and delivers on our sustainability strategy? And sometimes that is, how can our product or project solve the sustainability problems of our customers or clients? So that's sort of that creative destruction thing is something you've really got to think about through the backcasting process. It's not just about what you start doing, it's about what you stop doing as well. And the triple bottom line this time is to do the right thing, focus on your future vision, and work backwards to plot out what you need to start and stop doing to get there. Okay, Sophie, I realise we're not going to answer sort of that huge question in great detail in a few minutes of Ask Gareth, but I hope those three concepts have given you some ideas and particularly mindset changes to help along that path. Everybody else, what do you think? Do you agree, disagree? Have I missed anything? Are there any recommended techniques that you have that can help our viewers manage this dilemma as well? If you found this video useful, then please share it with your colleagues. Please like it, subscribe to the channel, and definitely go along to www.terrainfirma.co.uk and sign up to the Low Carbon Agenda. That's my monthly newsletter where you'll get notification of every edition of Ask Gareth and a huge number of things as well. And don't forget, whether you're making those small incremental improvements to sustainability or facilitating those massive step changes we talked about in the staircase model, you're making the world a better place and you should be proud of that. Till next time, goodbye.